Good afternoon to you all. Welcome to a overcast, slightly damp West Sussex. Um, it's not raining, but there's a dampness in the air. It's one of them funny days. We had a brilliant day yesterday, and now we've got to poke up with this. But that's life. Anyway, let me take you over. And now this might take a few seconds. I've got to manually change cameras today because technology's playing up. So there we are. It goes black screen for a little while. That's the offending piece of wood that we're going to be making a mess of. And it's going to hopefully end up as a shouldered urn. And you can hear my mate coughing in the background.
Yeah, just to let you know I'm still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I bring him in just so that you can see that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
See the man behind the voice.
Or the cough.
Or the cough, yeah. So this is the bit of wood. It's a piece of laburnum. There is a K just on the end there. And the piece Andy's got for tonight has got an A on it so that they didn't get mixed up. But it was Andy's choice. He said, I'll have that one. So I said, that's fine. So I put a K on this one.
Only because it was nearest to me, if I'm honest. But
okay. Yeah, there's not a lot of difference between them.
No, very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got 2 branch or X branches in the side of mine, and it looks like
so have I.
Have you? Okay. Looks like there might have been a third one as well. But,
all right.
Anyway,
I've got 2. Oh, there's one right up the top, but that won't disappear.
Let's make the fun start then. So, safety glasses on. Should have wiped them first.
You can't do it awful, okay?
No. So
bit at a time.
That's it. So.
It goes round anyway.
The lathe, it goes round. It went black as well.
Oh, did it?
You worrying? Yeah, I did my end anyway.
Oh no, it's all right here. At least I say that because we're a bit behind.
So spindle roughing gouge. This one's 1.5 inches, I think, across the mouth. It's a big one. Yeah, it's 1.5 inches. It's quite a bit of weight to it, so I can take a fairly hefty cut if I need to. But just going to get this trued up. The first thing is to knock off those knots just there. Then I can stop and reposition the tool rest a little bit closer.
Shall I go through?
Yeah, Andy.
Who's in? Yep.
Welcome you all in.
And I'm going to do it on the StreamYard list because it's
okay.
Sid's repurposing was first in. Said good evening all. Well, it's just about good afternoon to us, but yeah.
He would because he's
down under,
sitting on his head.
Happy Tuesday, Keith and Andy from Michael McEwen. Hello, Michael. Sid's repurposing. Oh, I've already said. Tommy's. This is a good start, isn't it? Tommy's workshop is in, and then there's a little bit of chat, and we come to. They were talking a lot. Jonathan Flynn. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jonathan. David J. Heath, Guildford Carpenter. Hello, David. And Sid's repurposing still there. Chris Dodds. Hello, Chris. Malcolm Douglas. Robbo Robertson. Afternoon, or whatever it is in Australia. Good day.
Rios is in today.
Yep. I think this extra hour makes a difference, doesn't it? Robert Dolman.
There's some dust coming off of this.
Yeah, there's a few wormy bits just under the bark, aren't there? I noticed. Copper Elwood turning. Hello, Rob. Tipsy Turner. Keith, is it? Jeff. I'll get the hang of this one day. You never know. Could happen. And Amy DeAngelis. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Amy. That's 4 Aussies in. So you can see can you? Just about.
Just about. Yep.
Yeah, I do need a little bit of light on it to see what I'm doing.
Yeah. Cornish maid is in. Katie. Hello, Katie.
Katie, off to Italy tomorrow.
Oh, very nice. Wivy Woodshed, Andrew is in. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll get there in the end. Woodworm Paul. Hello, Paul. And I'm nearly there. I am there. That's it. So far,
You've done, have you?
I've
Made
done.
it. Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. We're both a bit croaky. And I might start coughing in a minute of the dust. I do have the dust extractor sucking well away, but it's trying to throw it over me rather than at the extractor.
Of course.
Right, so I've got to be very careful because I don't want to hit the jaws, which you can just about see. Yeah, they're the big, ginormous jaws from Axminster.
Oh, you got the big ones. Yep.
Yeah, I put the big ones in. So,
Lawrence Bugage is in. Hello, Lawrence.
hi, Lawrence.
And Wood Turnings by Barry. Hello, Barry.
That looks like it's a uniform-ish colour. Let's stop it and see what we've got. We can see the big knot that I had to hack off. I've still got a bit to take off there.
Getting there, though.
Yeah, I can get a little bit of a spigot on there to go in the. Good if I could find the chisel.
It's very thin sapwood on this piece,
yes,
isn't it?
There's no sapwood whatsoever, is there?
Not to speak of, no. No.
I had it in my
It's
hand a
behind
little
you.
while ago. Yeah, probably is. Probably is. It's not. It's up here.
Jennifer's Crafts and Creations is in. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
And Norman Greenwell.
Hello, all. Welcome. So I'm driving this on a 4-spur drive with a point in the revolving end, lightly tapped in. That's just about right. So let's get rid of that, get that out of the way. Something less to fall on the floor then. Right, so I've got enough of a tenon on there. I might just take a fraction off with the smaller one because it's not square across the bottom. So very carefully.
SM Turning, that's Simon, isn't it, I think?
That's Simon, yeah.
Yep, he's in. Good afternoon all, hope you're well. Yes, we are indeed, thank you. Well, more or less anyway.
We're still
breathing. Weather's a bit depressing, it's very just damp. It's a bit grey looking.
Right, that's better. Get rid of that one. Now we can start putting a bit of shape onto it.
Barry Chitty's in. Hello, Barry.
No kiddies today then, Barry? Or have you sent Avril out with them all? Right. Thin that down a bit. Don't need that sapwood there.
No. There's plenty of substance in this piece, isn't there?
Detract a bit. think that's just about got it.
Good.
It's quite a hard wood, is laburnum. You don't want to be breathing too much of the dust. And I certainly don't want to be breathing too much, but I seem to be breathing enough of it at the moment.
Yes, it's a bit like you for that, isn't it? It's one of the.
But again,
It's the other toxic timber. Yes.
Yeah, it's the fine dust.
Yep. Benjamin is in. Hello, Ben.
Stand by your beds, everybody. Wait for the one-liners. It's bound to happen.
Do hope so.
So normal, this is a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. Rather than a spindle gouge. It's got a bit more metal behind it.
Yeah.
So that's the top of the urn, vase, call it what you will.
Nick Castle is in.
Hello, Nick.
Clive Rogerson as well. Hello, Clive.
They're all creeping in.
They are.
You're more than welcome. You're very welcome, all of you. Just
Up
define.
to 34 now.
Yeah.
That's quite a good jump.
It's 3/4 of an inch in, so that will give me the base. I'm trying not to shoulder butt the camera, which is just above my shoulder as I'm turning.
I should find out tonight how mine works. I've not used the lathe since I put it on the new mounting.
No, right.
So
well,
I should find out tonight.
Out a bit far because I'm minus a camera. Well,
Yeah.
minus 2 cameras.
Yeah, yeah. I've put mine fairly high just so that I can zoom in a bit and leave it up above my head, I hope. So you get a good view of the top of my head, I expect.
The bald bits.
Well, nearly.
Doing all the wrong things, going uphill to the grain.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
But I do have a fairly sharp chisel and I'm not pressing.
Yeah. The rules are made to be broken.
Just getting a shape that I'm sort of happy with.
Rex. Oh, Rex B. I didn't say hello to him. Rex B is in, by the way.
Right.
Hello, Rex.
Hello, Rex.
So just saw somebody had said hello to him. I thought, what's going on here then? I don't remember seeing him. Missed you. Apologies.
There might not be quite as much talking on this one as you normally get, only because of the dust.
Amy's
Not
just
much
noticed.
I can do about it.
Just noticed that you switched hands when turning.
I'm ambidextrous.
Barry Chitty's new lathe arrives this afternoon.
Oh, well done, Baz.
Oh yeah, good luck. You'll enjoy it.
I'm gonna have to move the camera back a bit.
Okay, yeah. Look forward to hearing all about it, Barry. But yes, Amy, if it does help, if you can turn either-handed, it really does make a difference.
You don't have to be good
easier.
Both hands.
Oh, no. But just get yourself out of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so we said we're going to put a 3/4 inch hole down it. take off
for
that
very
end and put it
technical reasons.
in the chuck, so you can
Oh, I see. Yep, yep.
see me for spur drive. I wondered why it was going limp on me. So, lock that in tight on both keys. That's it.
Because you've only got 2 in that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I've got Morse taper drills and a fairly short quill on this one, so I have to take it a bit slow, inch at a time. You wouldn't want to go much faster. Let me bring you back so you can see. There we are.
That's better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I've just bought a drawbar with a screw thread in the, or
All right.
a mortise thing, so you can screw a drawbar into it. I've got to get just got to get some 10mm threaded bar.
10, I think I've got, mate.
Have you? Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
Just using long enough. It's about 18 inches to go through the headstock.
yeah. I think that's what's standing down by the door. I know I've
Okay,
got
yeah,
some 12.
I thought I had, but I've got some 6. I don't think I've got anything bigger now. But and then sort of make up a knob or something for it, and that'll be great.
Right, that's the full depth of the throw on this one. That's the only downside on this lathe.
Oh, the quill length, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got a massive quill length. So be careful that end gets hot.
I won't make any comment about that at all. Like that's what all the girls say.
So you could say this is the boring bit, which it is.
Yes. Yep. That's our only joke down at the museum. We have a boring display.
Mm.
All the old drills. Some people actually get it and smile.
Yeah. And some people you wonder why they're still alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The youngsters don't get it because it's not a word they use very often.
No.
Well, not in that context, I should say. Boring gets used quite a lot, but yeah.
So I'm going to get up to about there. So should just about do it, this one. So the lathe spin it and about 250, 300. And it's cutting an absolute dream.
No smoke.
No smoke, no flames. I did think about sharpening the drill bit, but then I thought,
Or
well, what the
steady.
hell? Yeah.
Yeah, have certain
But
standards, you know.
we can do a special on that another day.
Yeah. It is nice when you've been using a blunt one to have suddenly a sharp one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brian.
Bit more.
Brian with a Y. Tommy's just said hello to him, so it must mean he's in somewhere.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
saw
yes,
him.
there he is. Yes, he is. I beg your pardon, Brian. I missed you again. Too busy watching what Keith was doing. Just checking up on him, you know.
It's so
Yeah.
easy done, unless you've wormed for anybody. You need sort of 4 eyes.
Chris Dodds says this is a new segment. Dad jokes with Andy and Keith.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, whatever.
we'll take that.
Take anything you can get in my age. Right, that's that done then.
Take that out, get that out of the way, because that's a bit warm, but not too bad. So we now have a 3/4 of an inch hole down the middle. So the trick now is to hollow it out through that hole. hole will get a little bit bigger.
You swinging the head round or leaving it
I
there?
wasn't going to because I need it
No.
true for a later bit of
Okay,
performance.
Yeah.
Let's get inside first. So
Roger Kent is in, says good morning, so he's from somewhere else. Would that be America? Morning? Could be.
it's made a start. It was a. Oh, I can see why. I was a bit close.
And Rex, sorry, I'll wait till you finish. Rex says, will this be an urn or a vase, or are you still deciding?
It's going
Lol.
to be sort of a Grecian style urn with a bit of a twist to it.
Oh, Roger's from Tennessee.
I'm going to leave the walls a really fair bit thicker than I would normally, but it will all become evident as we get down. So the cutter's angled at 45 degrees, just about see that.
The Simon Hope Pro.
Cutting with the lathe in reverse, and I'm not doing acrobatics above the lathe then. And the trick that I use is I've lined the cutter up square with the two grub screws in the top that hold the cutter bar in, so that I know which way I'm pointing. But I've got a 3/4 inch hole with a 16mm bar in it. It chocks up quite quickly.
Doesn't leave a lot of room, does it? We're about 2mm to be precise. Yeah.
Well, I don't have extended it a fraction.
Yeah, it's a bit bigger, isn't it? Yep.
I think I will make it just a fraction bigger as well, because that will fit with what I'm going to do. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's go up to a bit more, 600. That's better.
Yes. That was still set from when you were drilling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Roy's the boy is in.
Hello, Roy.
Hello,
the problem
Roy.
I'm having is working round that curve on the inside of the form.
Oh yeah, yeah. The bent one doesn't work when you're going in reverse, does it?
Sorry?
The curved one doesn't work when you're in reverse. So.
No. But I don't think it does. I'm trying to judge.
Yes.
Where the wall has got to sort of finish. And if you mark a point there with your finger, pull it out, keep it at the same angle, you can generally get an indication, and that's just about right. So what I'll do is we'll stop it, get rid of the excessive dust, because that's what laburnum gives you. No good canopy. Let's turn that other fan on as well, get some out of the air. It's cutting quite well. So it's just going to be a slow old process.
And Tommy said it would work if it was upside down. In fact, Tommy, it probably wouldn't because it's a cutter.
Yeah,
and you
pull it
can't
off
mount the
of
cutter. You
yeah,
can't
pull
mount
it
the
off the
cutter upside
footrest.
down. That's right.
What I'm going to do is what I've did a long time ago, and I've worn it off. On the top line, just going to pull a line through there, so I
keep
know.
meaning to do that with mine. Yes.
So I know
Yeah.
where it is.
It works. Yeah.
Once you're in past those grub screws, you lose all sight of the cutter. So it'll get rubbed off, but it'll last this little project. So I can see now the line is pointing 45 degrees away.
Katie's got to go. She says she's got to finish packing and sorting out the car. See you all soon.
Thanks.
Yes, have a good holiday, Katie.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah, have a good
Katie.
holiday. Hope the wedding goes well.
Katie, that is, yeah.
Katie.
Yep.
Yeah. Try and get Chris to behave himself.
If you can. Yeah.
Let's stop cutting. We know why. Because there's no room for the shavings.
All right. Yes.
You can see the shavings down the bottom there, sitting in there.
Surprising how many you produce with that tool.
Yeah, and I've still got to take a little bit off of the shoulder there.
Mm-hmm. Amy is asking, what is the point? She's genuinely asking for the knowledge. What is the point of reverse on a lathe, please? I think you're just seeing some of it.
Well, I can stand this side of the lathe and get the cutter in. If I didn't have reverse, I would be standing out the back of the lathe, virtually outside, trying to
leaning over the lathe. And with cameras, that's actually a major problem because you get in the way of the cameras as well. Just another little added bonus.
It's all right for you guys that don't record anything.
Something's dropped.
Yeah, it's only one of my chuck keys.
Right.
Rattled off the end. I sit them across the bed bars or through the bed bars.
Yes, you'll see Keith doing reverse turning quite a lot, Amy. He does bowls that way because he can work on the opposite side of the lathe and see what he's doing. And like it's something I should use more, I think. But
I think it's something that everyone should try.
Yeah.
If you've got reverse, obviously, and you can lock the chuck on. If you can't lock the chuck on the lathe,
don't do it.
don't try it.
Yeah, disaster. I know I forgot to lock it on one time, and all I did was turn it off. I was going the right way, and I turned it off, and of course, just the momentum of the weight of the lathe, the weight of the chuck, unscrewed it. It's a big lump of metal to have flying around the workshop.
Come on, behave. Getting down. What are we in? We're in 4 inches.
Clive's also made the point that some grain sands better in reverse also. That's absolutely true. A mixture of the two directions when you're sanding can give you a far better finish.
See, I could also use, if I'd got a long enough handle, a standard round carbide in there. Again, setting it at 45 degrees. Not such an aggressive cut. But it's only on a 12mm bar. So I'm soon going to run out of strength in the bar. So it's not an absolute necessity that you've got to have the Simon Hope 6mm.
No, there are other other things you can use. Yep. Having said that, it is a very good tool.
It is. It's a bit of an animal until you get used to it. And I don't think you ever 100% get used to it because each wood is slightly different.
Yes, yeah. Oh, you still get caught out. Yep, yep. Just now and again, but it is a nice tool. It does, and you can, of course, put the longer handle on it as well.
Yeah, if you've got room.
If you've got room, yeah.
But again, you can't use the longer handle over the back of the machine if you're turning in forward.
Nope. Not if you've got a small workshop like most of us have.
Right, that's coming down quite well.
Good. Michael McEwen's raised the other point that when turning the inside of a bowl, turning in reverse throws the chips and dust away from you instead of into your face, which is absolutely true.
Yeah. And generally, it'll throw it into the dust extractor if you've got it set up over the back.
Yep. Yeah, Roy's the boy says he's only used his once. Well, try it, Roy. Give it a go. It can be very handy. I don't do it very often, but I do use it sometimes.
And he needs reminding that he's got reverse.
Yes, yeah. But particularly on sanding, it's probably where I use it more than any other time.
It's one of that. It's a bit like box making. This you got to stop and start, stop and start. Because the catch that you're more likely to get is going to be caused by the sawdust build-up rather than you presenting the tool wrong.
Yep.
We're still running in reverse. I've still got the round carbide on. That's filled up already. Got a bit of a ridge just there. Yep. See if we can lose that. Need to be a lot closer.
Clive was saying he thought it moved in the chuck, but it's running true. So
don't think so.
unless he was looking at the opening, which has got a bit torn out from one side, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's broken out a little bit.
But the main body's running through.
Not my favourite things to do, but
No.
at the end of the day, something different for you guys to watch. Oh, that's not bad inside. I think we can get away with that.
Good.
Just need to refine the outside a bit now. I've not hollowed quite as deep as I wanted to, but we can get over that in a minute. Oh, God. Back to forward. Let's get rid of that.
Yes, Amy's saying lovely grain lines on this piece. Laburnum is it's a bit like you. It is usually gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It seems to have to make up for being poisonous by looking good.
Yeah. It's a funny wood to work because you jump between the hard and the soft bits at times, particularly in log form. I can cheat on that.
Robbo's telling you off.
Is he? What's he telling me off for?
He says, "Hoy, cover the hole when blowing dust out." Lol.
I've got the compressor turned right down.
I was going to say it wasn't blowing it around too much,
No.
but it was nice because we could actually see it all coming out.
Well, that's why I slowed it down as I was squirting it out. It's still there. Let's see if I've got a sharp one.
Sounds better.
It's cutting on that wing better. This is dusty. Just be warned for tonight, Andy.
Yep. I may have to suffer the noise of the extractor all the way through, mightn't I? Which I don't normally do. But hey ho.
Yeah, well, mine. I've got mine on as well as the wall fan.
Yep.
Which you guys can't hear. Right, what does that look like? Let's get rid of it. That's got rid of it. Just to.
Was got a shine on it.
Yeah. Well, it's a sharp chisel. Does make a bit of difference.
Does help, doesn't it? Yep.
Don't press too hard so you burnish a shine onto it. Let the tool cut. An end grain, this seems to cut better than with the grain.
slightly odd, isn't it?
Yeah. I want to make sure that the top is flat or slightly dished. And that's just about right. So what I do need to do is just take a little bit off of this to make it round the hole.
That's better.
So it's a true hole in there now. So I think I can sand this down. No, I don't. I want to put a parting cut at the bottom just so I know where the base is. Don't want to sand it and put a parting cut in and then have to resand it again.
Yeah.
We've all been there and done it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to weaken that too much, so I'm not going in too far. I'm going to finish this cut to the bottom now. Very gently off the end. That's it.
Roy's the boy turned his first pen today.
Good line. Good man.
Yep.
2-piece or a 1-piece?
Richard Phelan's in, by the way. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Richard. Right. Reverse. I'm going to sand off the top of it straight into the extractor.
2-piece, Roy says.
Good. They're the harder ones to turn because you've got to get both ends, or you've got to get the middle matching up. That's right, isn't it, Robbo? They're the harder ones. See if he puts a comment in there.
Yeah.
I know he
He's
loves
still
pens.
awake. See, he did mention something earlier, so he's still awake. He's feeling better, apparently. Didn't.
Good.
He answered Rex. Yep, Robbo says.
Yeah.
Knowing his feelings on making pens.
Yeah. But you're far better off if you're going to make pens to start with, the 2-piece ones.
Yeah.
Get the practice in. You don't determine quite such a heavy sell-in price, but the kits are cheaper as well. I'm down to 120 now. We're down to about 400 revs, 350, 400. Sand this top flat. I'm not too worried about finishing the sanding, but I want to get most of it out the way, particularly down the side. So that's good enough at 120 for what I want. Can you see the grain, sort of?
Yes, can. Yeah, that's better.
Quite a nice grain to it, and there's a bit of colour through the heartwood as well, which I was trying to sand out. Right, so what are we going to do next? I'm going to set my calipers up to the inside diameter and lock them off. Now, with a fair wind and a bit of luck, because we haven't had much luck in the way of changing cameras today, we should be able to get onto I believe it's number 2.
No, that's me. Sid's saying he's standing 3 feet from Robbo, and Amy says she's had the pleasure of catching up with Robbo and Sid at the Secret Turn Cave today. It was lovely. Sounds quite exciting, really. Oh, hello.
Right, yes,
Keith, he's found a camera.
I am on the right camera. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to stagger off down the other end of the workshop.
I thank God you came back at that point, because Amy says, dance a jig, Andy. No chance.
You don't want to see that. Right. So in this one, I've got a lump of walnut. So all I've done is rounded it off.
Ben, everything's walnut, doesn't he? So
let's get rid of the elbow stabber. Don't need that for the time being. So can you guys see? You can see as much.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You can see as much as I can. I'm going to be working in the end, but I can't get the camera around there. So trust me. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to transfer the measurement I've just taken. Don't look at that because that's irrelevant because the measurement's set there. So I'm going to transfer that onto this piece of walnut.
Oh, Douglas Mungham's in.
Hi, Douglas.
I think I missed him coming in.
So that's given me a silhouette line. So I need to now. I've got tools both ends. You always love it when it's like that.
I've only got
it's not
one
a massive workshop.
Yeah. Only got one lathe. I don't have that problem. I think Benny's in, Roy. He was earlier.
He made his presence known. Whether he's nodded off.
Yeah, he hasn't spoken for a long time, so I get a bit suspicious then.
Right, so where you can't really see me, I put a tenon on the end. I just need to check. It's a little bit big, which is the good thing, because it means I can take it down a bit more. So if you guys consider this as putting a lid on a box, that is what I'm trying to do. But it won't be a lid. Well, according to that is pretty close, if not spot on.
Good. So, Ben came in at 1:10 and hasn't spoken since, so perhaps he's got something he's busy with.
You can't see it, but you will see it when it appears in a minute. I've got a 10mm drill bit. Like I say, we are struggling today with cameras and technology, but at least you've got a live.
Yes, we can't see that end of that one.
No, I can't do anything about it.
No, it's fair enough. We'll see it when you take it off.
We see it as it comes to fruition. Right. A sharp drill bit would have been a good idea as well. But, can't have everything, can we? You can
Nope,
see it gradually
absolutely.
disappearing into the wood. Hold the chuck as it take it out, because it's only a Morse taper it's held on. I think I'll go a fraction deeper as the wood's there.
Oh, Gav said I woodworker's in. Hello, Gav.
Hi, Gav.
He's been listening from the beginning, but whilst end sealing some rowan. So he'll be in the background. Just wanted to say hello.
Okay. Welcome. So with a spindle gouge, I'm going to put on a bit of shape. I'm also going to turn on this extractor. Hopefully suck some of the lumps out. And if it's not making sense at the moment, don't worry. It will do. Hopefully. So there's a bit of shape to it. Now, the easiest thing is, that one's loud, is to take the chuck off.
Can't
I
hear
want
a
to
thing.
make.
So.
No?
No.
I could.
Yes, it's more like mine.
Oh. So we'll take the chuck off. This one isn't locked on, but it
Slightly
doesn't have reverse.
Slightly facetious comment from Chris Dodd. He said, "We'll all act surprised when you show us. We don't know what a round piece of wood looks like."
Good. Good. Right. Oh, that's spot on. Okay.
Good.
So I'm going to see if I can get back to the camera that we were on. Which one was it, Andy? It was that one, wasn't it? Number 5.
Pass.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully it won't die. No.
That's the one. Oh, I can
Right.
see what you were doing now. Yeah.
So that bit, it's still in the chuck, will fit in there. So that is going to be the neck of the urn. But before we go and glue it in, I want to get rid of all that dust inside. So that I can paint it. Paint it, I hear you all shout.
Paint it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll drop that right down. Doesn't matter which way it's going round. I'm going to spray paint it. And you think the size of that hole, I could miss the outside. Wrong. So that's a coat of black paint inside. I should have done that before I went down to the other end. So we haven't sanded it. We're not worried about the roughness, which was fairly smooth rough, if you know what I mean. Wasn't rough, but it wasn't smooth. Let's get rid of this chuck. It's the beauty of having 2 lathes and being able to work from 2 ends of the workshop, particularly on a little project like this. Which light is that one? It's that one. because I can talk and walk about and you can watch paint dry.
Yeah, it's lovely. Really enjoying it.
That one to do. Just about. Didn't come through anyway, so I use the steb. So where did we hide the steb? Centre. Probably up here by this lathe it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. So we put the centre back in. Now I'm going to have to just sand around the opening. It could have been worse. So you can see me. I'm going to glue this face. This is super glue. I don't know whether how much you can see, but I've got to work fairly quick because it goes off fairly quick.
Certainly does.
So that's given that a quick glue. I'm going to put that in there. Sort of line up the glue lines. Just hold it in with the tailstock. I'm just going to dribble, hopefully, a little bit in the crack of the joint, which you can't see. Sorry, guys. But you'll see the glue line when it stops.
See it coming up from the other side now.
Yep. So that's just now need to leave it to dry, and I can't put an accelerator on because I don't have one. So talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it?
No, but I don't want to rush it.
No.
So that and with the medium super glue, particularly the one that I use, you do get a little time to tweak it about if it's not quite as tight as you want. But this is the boring bit now, waiting for the super glue to go off. And it's not yet. So do you want to put your link in for tonight, Andy?
I can do that. Yes, indeed.
Let me go back to a screen that I can actually see. So until this glue has gone off, it's going, still not quite gone off. I'm not going to do anything with it. We'll get sort of prepared ready for the next major performance.
That's it. The link is there.
Well done. So the piece of walnut, this piece, has got a 10mm hole through it. Now, a lot of people try and turn through the smallest hole possible and hollow through the smallest hole possible. It's not always a good thing to try and do. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. This technique or this method was shown to me by an old club member, sadly no longer with us. And he used to turn hollow forms at least 18, 20 inches tall, 9, 12 inches diameter. But they would only have a half-inch hole in the top, 10, 12 mil hole. And everyone was saying to him, how the hell do you turn that then? He said, well, look at it. And they all looked at it and said, it's impossible. Oh, you've taken a plug off the bottom and you glued it back in. So he said, no, I haven't. You have another look. Anyway, this went on for a little while and they were all getting totally baffled as to how he did it. So he said, I'll do a demo. So he did a demo about a month later and showed us how to do it. And he did exactly this. And his reasoning, and is a fair comment, was that if you're doing a club competition, people want to see you do the impossible, but they don't want to know how you've done it. If you can find a fairly close matching pair of woods, you can make a hollow form that looks impossible to make by doing what I'm doing now. He says if you spray the inside black, the judge will look in there and say, I can't see anything, it's all black in there. Exactly that. The hole is too small to get your finger in, because if you put a 3/4 inch hole in there, you can just about get your finger in there, or you can get in there with a light and see what it looks like. If you make it smaller, you can't see. So I'm just going to crimp that up, and hopefully it's not going to throw too much super glue at me. Now I've got to try and round the shoulder. Can you see okay?
Yep.
Not too bad. Square you up a bit and pick up the new neck. It's going a little bit deeper there, but let's have a little bit more volume. So I'm now on to the 1/2 inch spindle gouge. Not taking a lot off, letting the chisel do the work rather than me push it. That's cleaning up the super glue that we just splurged out the side.
Rob Copperell's just come in, I think. Don't think I missed him earlier.
Now we can hide that. So I'm aiming for one continuous curve in and out. It feels like there's a bit of glue on there. I know there was, but I thought I'd got rid of it. Just a little bit on the outside. That'll sand off. That'll sand up. That's okay. You can live with that. Now to design the top. Let's just true that up a fraction. And I'm working with tailstock support still. And downhill to the bottom, because they're both spindle flanks. Now this is where you decide how fat a neck you want. Just about see it there. How fat a neck you want there. And I think we can go a reasonable amount thinner yet.
Douglas Mungham's question is, do you intend to colour it?
I have already, Douglas, inside.
But certainly not the outside, Douglas.
No. 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 To me, this doesn't want to be central with the same curve top and bottom. I think the bottom wants to flare out into a tighter curve at the top. Just looks aesthetically more pleasing. Can't see. No, it hasn't blinded you.
No.
Just got a little flat spot at the bottom. There. I think I'm happy with that shape where it merges in.
Yeah,
We'll sand out, clean up a bit. I've just got a little bit of spill of super glue there, but not too much of a problem. This is quite walnut, this walnut against the laburnum. But hey ho.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, so the top is going to be somewhere about there.
Oh, the wood dude is in.
Hi, Stephen.
Very good afternoon from a sunny and warm Buckinghamshire. Lucky old you. Actually, it is sunny here now. Amy's got to go.
Thanks, Amy. Right, get the tool rest out of the way. Drop the speed down, we can sand that. Now, I think I'm safe to start at 120. It's beginning to look okay.
Robert Dolman's got to go.
Thanks for stopping by, Dark Robert. Hope to catch up with you tonight for Andy's.
He says thanks and looking good.
Well, pictures will be up when it's finished. Right, we can go over to 240. I'm not as happy as I could be with the neck fit, but for a demo piece. I think it will suffice. At least it shows you the principle of doing it. Probably a little bit heavy around the neck. Could have been a bit smaller wood to start with, which would have made life a bit easier, but you know, we're all gluttons for punishment, aren't we?
Oh yes.
Don't want to make it too simple, otherwise everyone could do it. 240. Quick flash over with a bit of 400. So the idea of this exercise is to form a continuous curve around here through the new neck.
Nice comment from Chris Dodds. All joking aside, Keith, every time I watch I learn something new. Thanks for passing on your years of knowledge to us newer turners.
That's absolutely fine, Chris. That's why I do it. I don't do it for self-satisfaction. I know one or two turners do. It is nice to get the comments back. If I can show you the basics, at least you can go away and practice and sort something out yourself. Right, I've got a 10mm hole through this, so
I was just thinking that.
drop the speed right down. I can just about see through the opening that I've created.
Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations is in. It says good evening.
That's Andrew, isn't it? Again,
I'm
right.
trying to remember.
Yeah, so we're through. So we can get rid of this multi-pointed arm stabber. Move that back. Swing all this lot round.
David.
David Eisenhower, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I didn't think it was Andrew, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember what it was. So yeah, so
You'll
welcome,
get called
David.
everything you'll get called on this channel, but we don't mean it.
It's just our age. That's what I blame it on anyway.
You can't quite see me. Just about see it there.
Oh.
So you can see the nib that was left. We need to ease that off carefully. Also need a little bit of light. Hopefully
That's
not
better.
bleaching you out.
No, that's fine. That's good. It's better.
So with a spindle gouge, very light cuts. Hopefully. Just when you find out whether the super glue's holding.
Yeah. That's one way of testing it.
And it's not.
No, it's not.
Ah. And it's live. So what I'll do, I will re-glue that back in which I can do. Force it in there with the tailstock. I'm not going to do that now. Finish sanding, turning this off, sand it out, slight flare in there. I'm not going to make the hole any bigger than the 10mm drill bit. Anyone can look inside with a little torch if they can see, and they can say, I can't see anything. And you say, well, believe me, it's hollow. You can tell by the weight.
Yes. Yeah. Put a stick in it.
I will possibly see if I can get this finished off this afternoon. If not, it will be here for the next live that I'm on, and I'm not even sure when that is, Andy.
I can look that up. Where are we now?
Um,
10th of May, isn't it?
The 10th today.
So you're doing 17th next Tuesday lunchtime.
Am I? Okay.
Yep. And then I'm doing the following Tuesday lunchtime, and you're doing the following Tuesday.
Then I'm doing the evening, yeah.
Yeah, 24th, yep.
So I'm not going to finish it today, guys. Do apologise for that, but this is live TV, and anything can happen.
Bit of decent glue in there, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Give it time to soak in and go. So let's go back to.
And Brian says, thanks, Keith. I go with Chris on that about the compliments on the way you teach them things. I've never had a turning lesson, but I've learned everything I know from guys like you and YouTube.
Well, I appreciate that, Brian and Chris, because that's exactly why Andy and I do it. We don't do it for self-satisfaction. We can turn, not necessarily always the right way, but it's also nice to show that there's 2 or 3 different ways of doing it. Back a few minutes, especially
Tipsy Turner, yep.
Moving into work while you're on, so I can't say much. That's all right, Jeff. You can watch it back later on. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's there forever and a day once it goes up. But I will show it if I get chance this afternoon. I'll show it tonight on Andy's live.
Sure.
If I don't, I'll show it tomorrow, next week on
next week.
Live.
Yep. Next
Tuesday.
Tuesday lunchtime. Yep.
Yep. But I was half expecting that to happen, but I didn't want it to.
You try and squeeze things into an hour, and it's really quite difficult sometimes, isn't it?
Well, we're hour and 20 almost.
Yeah, hour and 20, but
hey ho. So
but that's all right. That's fine. Not a problem. We've seen all the techniques. It's just the finishing off and the look at look at the final colour, because that's always lovely with this particular timber. Good old Laburnum.
McEwen is off to play in the tool store. So thank you all. I'm going to hit the off button because I could really do with a drink, and I'm sure Andy's croaking away, although he's not been turning.
I have been drinking a little.
Oh right, okay. Yeah.
Only water.
I left my water indoors, but that's where I should be. So thank you all for joining us, guys. Hopefully you've learned something. You've learned a few tricks that you can employ on smaller projects and get people talking, because it certainly does. They all turn around and say, well, how the hell did you manage to hollow that big lump out through that little hole?
Yep.
Just say magic.
Yes, absolutely. Preserve the mystery.
Yeah. So it's thank you from me.
And it's thank you from me, from him.
And goodbye. And we're going to end this now, and hopefully see you all.
Hopefully see you this evening. Yep.
Thanks, guys. Bye for now.